Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yulia Ningsi. In this a good opportunity, I and my friends are from Group 1 will present about theory of behaviorism. First of all, let me introduce my members. First one is me, Yulia Ningsi, and the second one is Nadine Vitalasma Manurung, and the third is Sri Haryani, and the fourth is Tata Hardiana, and the fifth is Fadil Ahmad. Okay, there are four contents that me and my friends will explain here. First one is definition, and the second is history and development, and then kind of theory of behaviorism, and the last is application. First of all, I will explain the definition theory of behaviorism. Well, now I will explain the definition of theory of behaviorism. Theory of behaviorism is a theory of learning that is based on the idea that all behaviors are obtained through conditioning. And conditioning occurs through interaction with the environment that students and teachers do in the class, or child do in their house with their family members, or even in the society. Behaviorists believe that our actions are shaped by environmental stimuli. Learning is the result of the interaction between stimulus and response. A person is considered to have learned something if they can show a change in their behavior. So according to this theory, what is important in learning is input in the form of response that students give when they are learning in the class. A good behavior comes through a good environment and interaction between teachers and students. If the environment in schools or in the house or even in the society is not support, it will give a bad impact to the students' behavior. So that's why in this theory of behaviorism, this learning method, this learning theory can be applied by teachers so that which is aimed to build a good behavior in the inside or the outside of the students their self student itself.
Now I will continue explain about history and development. Okay, behaviorism theory was introduced by John B. Watson, an American psychologist. In the United States, Watson is known as the father of behaviorism for his new learning principle based on stimulus theory, the bond response. According to Watson's behaviorism theory, the main goal of this theory is to predict and control behavior and has nothing to do with consciousness. Behaviorism theory only analyzes the behavior that appears in a person that can be measured, described, and predicted. The behaviorists focus on a truly objective with scientific approach. So, in the learning process according to Watson's theory, there is no difference between humans and animals.
Well, my name is Tata Hardiana. I'm here. I would like to continue the explanation about development according to theory of behaviorism. There are three development process occurs in stage. The first one is the change that occur are progressive, increasing, or deepening both qualitatively and quantitatively. It's called progressive principle. The second one is systematic principle. It's the change that occur between the parts and or function of the organism are interdependencies as a harmonious integral unit. And the last one is the change is the part of or function of the organism take place in an orderly manner and are not coincidental and jump and down. It's called continuous principle. Well, the next material will be continued by my friend Sri Haryani.
Well, let me explain about the kind of theory behaviorism. There are two kinds of the theory of behaviorism. The first is methodological behaviorism. The second is radical behaviorism. Methodological behaviorism is that whole observable behaviors should be studied scientifically and that the mental state and cognitive process do not add to understanding of behavior. The second is radical behaviorism. Radical behaviorism is rooted in the theory that behavior can be understood by looking at the person past and the present environment and the reinforcement in it, thereby influencing behavior both of positively and negatively. That's all from me. The next material will be continued by our friend Fadil Ahmad. To Fadil Ahmad, time is yours.
Now I will explain about the application of theory behaviorism. So the first is the teacher compiles the material or teaching material in full, from simple to complex material. During teaching, the teacher gives more example in the form of instruction. If the teacher finds an error both in the material and in the student, it will be corrected immediately. The teacher gives an evaluation based on visible behavior. The last, teachers are more active in providing exercise to form the desired habit.
Well, the conclusion is theory of behaviorism is a learning based on stimulus and response. The purpose of theory of behaviorism is to focusing in the change of bad behavior to a good behavior for students. And this theory has several types and apply in the process of learning. That's all from my group. Thank you so much for your nice attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.